Today's Bible study lesson. All right, so we out of God's nostrils, genetics. Gold is in the air and in the dust. We got gold inside our body. With the gold inside our body, it helps our nervous system. People ain't know that, did they? Yeah. So our nerves is our gate. Our gate is what, you know what I'm saying, you neglect. What you neglect goes back to your subconscious. Your subconscious is going to have to make you solve it because we go into repetition. When you go into repetition, you're not speaking out loud. When you don't have atonement, then you lose your actual atoms in trying to speak up a situation into existence. And for the situation to exist, sometimes you got to spell it out. That's why we got words, and you don't want to get to your last sentence and you ain't make any, because we are living in life where we already got to obey rules everywhere we go. You got to obey house rules, you got to obey neighborhood rules, you got to obey rules at the job. So if you can do all these rules and all these things that's coming off of paperwork, that makes people scripted in life. It makes people code switch. Not everybody is free. We do got free will to do as we please, but doing as we please, if you do read the book, that's going to help your joints, because now, you know what I'm saying, you getting the sound, the light, and the frequency. You photosynthesis. You like a plant. With you being a plant, you need some of these notes implanted into your mind so you can know how they went through their battles, because the battles start with the word. And if you don't have the correct words, then you're going to thank God of something else. And if you thank God of something else, your thoughts is not going to flow in from the actual true living God to see him in his essence. Like everything that we put in is alchemy. So we got biology and we got chemistry. We all tell stories. So with us telling stories, I done came from a home invasion, getting arrested, you know what I'm saying, being in the street, selling, homeless, all this stuff. But then it's all day by day structures. I didn't have any type of bad memories, you know what I'm saying? They was good moments, because even the darkest days, I found a light. I found a new day. I found a reason for the story. I felt built up from it. So we are building each other up instead of breaking each other down. When you're breaking each other down, you're just trying to judge them, because the mind is processing thoughts. With it processing thoughts, those who don't accept Christ, they don't relocate it. The Christ is in our crown. So for him to speak, we got to have that halo effect actually working towards us and not towards others, where we got to think other people outside of the body can save us, when of course he is inside giving us reflexive memory of how we've already been saved. We have a new day. We have a new second. And with the seconds, you don't have to think too far into the future, but what are you doing in this time moment to actually help relive the Christ story? Because with us only having one day, you know what I'm saying, you are a moving, walking Bible, a story, a testimony, a human that's on earth, that's part of the earth. But with the world's of made up minds, the liars, they're going to make up another story after another story until they get it correct that they are their own story. They are their name.